Police and first responders need to get to calls as soon as possible. But what do they do when something stands in their way? Good evening. I'm Josh Rowe.
And I'm Latricia Thomas. A News Channel 9 viewer sent us this cell phone video. It shows a Catoosa County deputy waiting to cross the tracks to get to an emergency before eventually being called off that response.
Alyssa Sperato tells us the sheriff there says it's not a new problem and it's expected to get worse.
When the deputy got that call, Catoosa County Sheriff Gary Sisk says he was in and around the area of Dietz Road, which is about a 10 to 15-minute drive to the accident scene. But that deputy's response time nearly doubled because he was stuck at this train tracks on Graysville Road and Front Street for nearly 10 minutes.
What's the longest you've been stopped here?
45 minutes.
Today, Beverly Henriquez considers herself lucky.
I just have to put up with it. I don't have any options except going the long way around.
A fate that's more common than not.
This particular incident, I mean, just as the officer was pulling up, you'll see on the video the train just starts going across the intersection. So the engineer was actually waving at the officer and telling him to turn around because the engineer knew he was going to stop.
For minutes, the deputy's dash cam video shows the train moving and then stopping before picking up and moving again. And in radio communication between the deputy and the dispatcher, you could hear his frustration.
Is it moving or is it stopped?
Moving about 3 miles an hour. Possibly another train may be coming through.
You can then hear the deputy telling the dispatcher to notify GSP and send their crew another way.
People having an emergency don't have options. That would be serious.
Luckily, Sheriff Sisk says another deputy made it to that accident in time, but asked for a solution.
I don't know that building a bridge or a tunnel underneath that track, and I don't know if there's a solution for CSX to try to extend that crossing.
We took Sheriff Sisk's concerns to CSX, the company who owns that stretch of railroad. CSX says the track is busy and trains often slow down so they can time out passing each other without coming to a complete stop. The sheriff says for now he'll brief his deputies frequently on what to do if they were ever in this deputy's situation.
We know to make sure and get on the radio and start telling everyone to come in the other direction, and luckily we have another direction to get into that area.
Alyssa Sperato, News Channel 9.
In that statement, CSX also said if they are notified of a train stopped for any emergency reason outside of normal business hours, they'll notify local authorities.